Hi and welcome back to Cut the Craggle. As the Skywalker saga comes to an end this month with the final installment of Disney's sequel trilogy, I thought it was an appropriate time to take a look at some minifigures based on characters from the Star Wars I grew up with. Now branded with the non-canon monkey of legends, there was a mammoth amount of lore that existed outside the original 6 movies produced by George Lucas that at the time were referred to as the Expanded Universe or EU. It all began really with the book Heir to the Empire by Timothy Zahn, the first in a trilogy of novels set after Return of the Jedi. There had been Star Wars books before, but the release of Heir to the Empire in 1991 was an absolute game changer. It kick-started the formalised Expanded Universe, which arguably reached its peak with Shadows of the Empire, but when Disney bought over Lucasfilm, they did away with it all. Firestar Toys have produced 4 separate custom minifigures based on characters from the old Star Wars Expanded Universe. From left to right we have Katarn, Mara Jade, Jaina Solo, and Grand Admiral Thrawn. First up we have Katarn. The character was originally introduced in the video game Dark Forces as a former Imperial officer turned mercenary. Kyle later pursues the ways of the Force to defeat the Dark Jedi who murdered his father. Firestar have really done a great job of capturing the character's likeness from the Jedi Knight video games. That torso design is great, and the thin lines really help to convey the texture of his beige shirt. I do kinda wish the belt design was lower and printed onto the actual hips rather than the torso, as his legs look a little bare in comparison, and I'm missing the iconic leather holster he has for his blaster here. The arm printing is a welcome addition though, and they have replicated his trademark pauldron really well. I think the face printing is really nice, and it certainly looks to be like Kyle Katarn, particularly how he appears in Jedi Outcast. And they even give you an alternate expression. The one drawback with that though is you can see the sides of his second beard underneath the hairpiece. As well as the blaster I mentioned earlier, Kyle also comes with a blue lightsaber, which is nice to have, but for me the ideal choice would have been to have given him a yellow blade, like the one he wields in Dark Forces 2. Still, if you have that piece, you can easily switch that out yourself. This next character actually trained as a Jedi with Kyle Katarn. It is, of course, Mara Jade. Now, you might have already seen this figure in one of my haul videos a while back. She was the first of these EU minifigures that I picked up, and she's what inspired me to make this video. Trained in the dark side of the Force from a young age, Mara Jade served as the Emperor's hand, his own personal assassin. A role that often put her at loggerheads with Darth Vader himself. After the death of Palpatine, she was left with only one purpose: to avenge her fallen master and kill Luke Skywalker. Long story short, she became one of the most powerful Jedi Masters and actually ended up marrying Luke. The choice of her hairpiece is fantastic. It's not a very common piece and it really helps give her a more unique look. You can see beneath that she has her scarf and goggles printed on her torso, and the printing quality is excellent. That design continues down the rest of her torso and over her hips and legs, recreating that stylized belt she wears. Sadly, that bottom strap does cut out as you turn her around, as there's no side printing on the legs. I also did think at first that they had given her the wrong colour hands. You can see these are light tan rather than light flesh, but actually that's meant to be the gloves she wears. Around the back she has some more nice torso printing, and if I take off her hairpiece, you can see she also comes with a more fierce looking alternate expression. You could almost get away with using that as the front of her torso. Like Kyle, Mara comes with a lightsaber as an accessory, but her one has a purple blade. You see, Mace Windu wasn't the first to have a purple lightsaber, although this looks a little blue in this lighting, but it is definitely purple. Mara Jade is one of my favourite Star Wars characters, and I still haven't forgiven Disney for wiping her out of existence. There is some speculation that Kerry Russell might be secretly playing the character in Rise of Skywalker, but even if that unlikely theory turns out to be true, it feels a bit late now Luke himself has been killed off. Next up we have Jaina Solo in her black pilot flight suit. In the Expanded Universe, Jaina was the daughter of Princess Leia and Han Solo. As skilled as a pilot as she was a Jedi Knight, she served as a member of Rogue Squadron and later led her own command. Jaina was named the Sword of the Jedi by her uncle Luke, and when her twin brother Jansen turned to the dark side and became Darth Caedus, only she could stand against him and defeat him. Before The Force Awakens released, many fans had speculated that Daisy Ridley would be playing Jaina Solo, but sadly, that turned out not to be the case. This minifigure though is incredible. Based on her distinctive Black Series flight suit, they've really gone all out with the printing here. The torso design is spectacular, and so detailed, and it runs all the way down her hips and legs, utterly seamlessly. Great face print as well, showing the visor of her helmet and chin strap. And speaking of the helmet, just look at the custom printing on this thing. It's so perfect and intricate. I'm absolutely in love with it. They've also given her this Brick Arms DL44 blaster piece, which looks absolutely amazing. And around the back, she has some more great printing. Jaina has a alternate expression showing off that confident smirk she gets from her father, and also comes with this brown hairpiece and purple lightsaber accessory. Finally, we have Grand Admiral Thrawn. Thrawn was originally introduced in the novel that started it all, Heir to the Empire. Picking up the mantle left vacant by Palpatine, Thrawn took command of the remaining Imperial forces, including a lost fleet of 200 dreadnought ships, and sought to destroy the New Republic and re-establish the Empire as the controlling force in the galaxy. Like the rest of the characters here, Thrawn was eradicated as part of the Disney Purge, but unlike the others, Thrawn has been reintroduced into canon through the cartoon series Star Wars Rebels. LEGO have even produced a minifigure of him, which is why I was hesitant about picking up this custom one, but I'm so glad I did. This minifigure is heaps better than the official minifig, and although the differences may be slight to a casual fan, he's way more accurate to his original EU appearance. Once again, we have some excellent printing running down from his torso, over his hips and legs. The face print is spectacular as well, with such a great expression for Thrawn. Overall, I am ridiculously happy with these custom minifigures. Even though Thrawn has been brought back into canon, it's unlikely we'll see the same happen to the likes of Katarn or the others, especially Jaina. So it's brilliant that Firestar have produced such excellent custom minifigures for fans like me that still hold these old EU characters close to our hearts. What do you think of these custom Star Wars minifigures? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, and as always, if you haven't already, be a Jedi and hit that subscribe button. Remember, the Force will be with you, always.